This is question number 1 on homework number 6. The question says, what do the following two equations represent? So if we have two equations here and we're trying to figure out if they are parallel, perpendicular, equal, or neither, we need to get them into slope-intercept form, which would be y equals mx plus b. So right now the y is not alone in either of these equations, so we would need to get it alone. So let's start with this first one. I'm going to copy it down. Negative 4x minus 4y equals negative 5. I'm going to draw my line just so that we can keep the two sides separate. I need to get the y by itself to match this format right here, and we see y is all by itself. So right now I have negative 4x. I need to undo that by doing positive 4x on both sides, and then this cancels out, which helps us get this alone. So then I can say negative 4y equals 4x. I'm going to do the x first to match this pattern here, and then minus 5. Then I still don't have y by itself. It's being multiplied by this negative 4 right now, so I can divide by negative 4 on both sides. And this will cancel out, and I'm left with y by itself. And now we need to divide both of these terms. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to say positive 4x divided by negative 4x. Well, a positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. And then 4 divided by 4 is just 1. So negative 1, carry down my x. And now I need to do this. I have a negative divided by a negative. That's going to be a positive. And then 5 divided by 4, we can't evenly divide that, so I'm going to keep it in fraction form, 5 over 4. So this is y equals mx plus b for this equation right here. Now we need to go ahead and do the second equation. So I'm going to say 12x plus 12y equals 15. Draw my line through the equal sign, and now again I need to get it into y equals mx plus b format so I can compare it to this one. So my y is right here. Currently there's a 12x that's being added over here, a positive 12x, so I need to subtract 12x on both sides. This cancels, and I'm left with 12y equals negative 12x plus 15. Then I need to get y by itself. It's being multiplied by 12, so I need to divide by 12 on both sides. And I'm left with y equals, then let's do one at a time. I have a negative divided by a positive, so that's going to be negative. Then I have 12 divided by 12 is going to be 1. Carry down my x, and I have 15 divided by 12. And it's positive divided by positive, so it will be plus 15 over 12. And I can simplify this. So I'm going to carry down my equation here, and I'm going to say y equals negative 1x plus 15 over 12, just so I have a little bit more space to simplify. So if I look at these two right here, I know that those can both be divided by 3. So if I rewrite this, I have y equals negative 1x plus, and then 15 divided by 3 would be 5, and 12 divided by 3 would be 4. So if I'm comparing these two equations right here, this is the simplified version of that second one, I know that parallel lines have to be, we can look at our notes right here, parallel lines have to have the same slope but different y-intercepts. So let's look. We have a slope of negative 1, slope of negative 1, so they have the same slope, different y-intercept. Well, we have 5 over 4, and 5 over 4. So they don't have different y-intercepts. So let's go back to our notes. Negative reciprocal, we said they have the same slope, so it can't be that one. This one says same slope, and then for y-intercept, same y-intercept. And that's what we saw, the same slope, same y-intercept. So these must be equal lines. So we can check off that box, and you are done.